Bebe Rexha has been at it for over a decade. By all accounts, she is a veteran pop act, though she's failed to really cement her stardom as a pop star. While there are several factors that play into that, such as Bebe prioritizing anonymous EDM dance features, as well as having a lack of personalized touch, there are several instances in her career where she was treated unfairly. And another one recently hit the media, seemingly out of nowhere, and it had a polarized response. Rexha posted a screenshot of messages between her and her team, asking if she'd be open to potentially shooting some social media content with rapper g-eazy, which led to her tagging the rapper and telling him that he has her number, before saying, "By the way, the answer is no." Now obviously we don't know the inner workings of the relationship, but at face value it comes across a bit extreme, especially considering in the industry it's normal for managers and teams to reach out to each other to do promotional stuff. Bebe continued by calling g-eazy a stuck-up ungrateful loser, adding that she could elaborate on all the shitty things he's done and how he treated her after giving him his only real hit. She then shared a post that said her team told her to remove the Instagram story post and trauma caused her to react that way. She regretted taking it down and said, "I still stand by what I said." There are rumors that g-eazy and Bebe Rexha even dated back in the day, and they did a very successful song together called Me, Myself, and I, which was a top 10 hit. 10 in a row once Britney Spears performed her hit song with g-eazy at the VMAs instead of Bebe, and according to Bebe, they were on good terms, but it was upsetting that he didn't let her know about the performance with Britney or ask her to do it, which is fair. Imagine being in Bebe's shoes where you're not a big name artist and you're trying to grow your career and you're not being able to be visible with your hit song on one of music's biggest events at the time, and being left in the dark about it as well. This was just one of the many instances of Bebe Rexha not getting her just due and proper credit for her work. One of the most prolific incidents was with the 2015 hit Hey Mama with David Guetta, Nicki Minaj, and Afrojack. Bebe is actually singing the chorus in this song, and helped write it. However, she was initially omitted as a featured artist. We talked about it. I actually emailed Guetta about it. I really wanted to be featured on it, because I've been signed and dropped, and now signed a second time, so it's been hard. What ended up happening was that it looked like a lot of names on the title, so they wanted to keep as many low features as possible. That's what I was told. And it makes sense to me. I guess more than 2 featured names doesn't look good on radio. It's tough hearing your voice on radio on a chorus and knowing that people think it's another artist. Once again, an instance of a smaller artist being pushed aside for bigger names. And while dance music isn't always feature heavy since it's more about the sound and atmosphere, that was still a very important snub considering how big of a hit it was. Bebe was eventually credited on the song after getting her legal team involved, and I think it's safe to say that David Guetta and Bebe Rexha's relationship is healed, given that they achieved a pretty massive hit in 2022 with I'm Good. Of course, that wasn't the only time Rexha's voice was used in a popular song. She wrote the hit Monster by Eminem. Eminem loved it and wanted it. He decided to keep Rexha's background vocals on the song, and asked Rihanna to be a feature. And given Rihanna and Eminem's previous success in collaborating, it makes sense. However, it was brought to a wider audience after Rexha was heckled by a fan and claimed that Rihanna couldn't hit the high notes in Monster as a response to the fan. Rexha is the one singing them.
I sing those high notes, so they have to use my voice to still got you.
Oh my god! I understand Eminem made it great, but if you hear the original, it's also very dope.
When Rihanna cuts it,
yeah,
and your voice is still all over it, like how soon was it that you realized? Holy,
my mom
oh my
called
god,
me.
you're hearing your voice on the radio.
My mom called me. My mom was like, "What? That is not what the. Well, that's not then. Like some of the words. You know how you comp some of the words.
Sounds like you.
Well, yeah, because you know how it goes. Like sometimes, like you get demonitis and you want to stick to some of the things. But I knew the second they asked me for my vocals, my background vocals, I was like, no, please don't. I was begging my manager at the time, please don't give me my background vocals because I know that whoever's singing this is not going to be able to do no. So people were like, wow, you sound like Rihanna. I was like,
oh wow.
But you know what?
Was it awesome though when you heard your voice on the radio, or was it
I was
every
sad.
time? Yeah.
I was really sad.
Bebe later claimed that her comments were blown out of proportion and she was just responding to a troll. After revealing that she never heard from Rihanna after the incident, Rexha said, "Yeah, because I did sing that part." And somebody spun it out into being, she said Rihanna can't hit those high notes. I'm like, that's so annoying, she said. And while Rihanna completely makes sense for the song, and I think Rihanna's overall tone just adds so much character to the song, it's interesting that Eminem didn't just do the record with Rexha. Given how he is usually open to embracing new talent, and given the fact that he did keep Bebe's hook. She is generally an EDM girl who does pretty well in her lane, but she's also been sidestepped many times in her career. She's been dropped, uncredited, and disrespected.
But I feel like nobody knows how deep it goes with you.
Oh gosh,
do you
yeah.
feel that way every day?
I feel super. We were talking today. I was like, if I would just stand on Hollywood Boulevard and be like, "Hey, do you know who Bebe Rexha is?" I feel like a lot of people would not know that they're actually talking to me. But if I were to play my songs for them, they would know the songs. Yeah. But it's been a really long journey. Yeah.
But what is that like as a human being to kind of process and grapple with that?
It's frustrating sometimes because I remember when I opened up for the Jonas Brothers. Performing, and then like Hey Mama would come on and they were like, huh, like, is she doing a cover? And then I would sing the hook and they'd be like, oh my gosh, this is her. And that happens a lot. Yeah, so it's frustrating, but then it's also really nice to be able to still make bank and be able to go to the bank and not be noticed, you know what I mean? Like, not be swarmed.
I really think that's the genesis of her recent anger towards g-eazy, amongst other things, I'm sure. She's also been vocal about the music industry. I could bring down a big chunk of this industry, she said in a post. I have been undermined. I've been so quiet for the longest time. She went on, I haven't seen the signs even though people constantly are bringing them up, and they have been so obvious. And when I have spoken up, I've been silenced and punished by this industry. Things must change or I'm telling all of my truths, the good, the bad, and the ugly. On another occasion, she also said, I recently had a male music executive tell me that I was getting too old and that my brand was confusing, Rexha wrote in a since deleted Instagram post. Because I'm a songwriter and I post sexy pics on my Instagram, and that's not what female songwriters are supposed to do, especially for my age, I'm 29. Bebe seems to have a lot of resentment, and I can't say that it's not understandable. What I do like about Bebe is that she is self-aware about her career and her standing. And while Bebe has been vocal about stardom for her entire career and wanting it, she also has the best of both worlds, where she can do something she loves, make a lot of money, and not be hounded by people constantly. It all depends on how you look at it. She's certainly been through some tough industry things, but hopefully she's able to find her inner peace.